Okay, so good morning. For today's topic in SSC112, Module 5, the definition, forms, and purposes of and the approaches to community action. So at the end of this module, you are expected to identify the different role of youth in community action and explain the importance role of youth in the society. So our two key questions here: why is youth the most crucial stage in the life of a person? And the youth are the future leaders. So later on, we will try to answer those questions. So youth in community action. To begin, have you ever heard of the famous phrase that says, the youth are the future leaders? If so, have you ever asked yourself when the future is? Or perhaps, at what exact point does one become the leader? So here we discuss the importance and role of the youth on engaging in community. Youth defined differently by various groups. The first one, the Youth in Nation Building Act of 1995, established the National Comprehensive Youth Development, defines youth as the critical period in a person's growth and development from the one set of adolescence toward the peak of mature, self-reliant, and responsible adulthood comprising the considerable sector of the population from the age 15 to 30 years old. The World Health Organization defines youth to be those between 15 to 24 years old. Psychosocial perspective. Youth is defined as those within the adolescence and early adulthood phase. In the adolescent stage, the youth have already an integrated image of themselves as unique persons and are in the process of constructing their personal identity. Also, this is the stage when they cling to a peer group. In the early adulthood age or stage, the youth from close relationships with others, or Philippine Medium Term, this is from the Philippine Medium Term Youth Development Plan 2005 to 2010. In the same study, the youth generally feel that they are adequately involved in decisions that affect their lives and have significant influence in key activities that affect their lives at home, in school, and in the organization to which they belong. Yet, according to them, what they lack is involvement and influence in community and local affairs. They may be involved in government programs and projects, but they are not involved in the more crucial stage of project development. So now let's move on to the importance and role of youth in community action. So ano nga ba yung importansya ng bawat kabataan? Okay? So the Philippine Constitution states, the state recognizes the vital role of the youth in nation building and shall protect their physical, moral, spiritual, intellectual, and social being, according to Article 2, Section 13. Resources of community change agents, forerunners of social transformation, essential asset of the community because of their creativity, resourcefulness, and keenness. The youth are a vital resource of the community. They are not only a dynamic foundation of community force, but are also considered as community agents. So they are considered as forerunners of social transformation and remain as an essential asset of the community because of their creativity, resourcefulness, and keenness. So here are the role of youth in education. First, to improve the quality of education in community. Second, to educate community. And third, as the voice and engagement in educational change. Next, role of youth in politics. Help government in the implementation of policies. Choose best leader to lead the country or nation. And the third one is guide newcomers in every field on right lines. And here are the roles of youth in economics. Practicing economy saving since primary school. Second, hardworking and never give up, helping community in economy. And lastly, learn to invest. And role of youth in society. The first one, improve and maintain norms and values. Second, be the role model of new generation. Third, fill the position left by elders. And fourth, brave and make a change. So young people are the number one stakeholder of development. We, the youth, have the power to charge the living standards of our communities, and more young people should stand up to do that or just that. Because the youth are important, it is necessary to provide them with essential support for knowledge enhancement and capacity building. There are 4 integrated strategies that were formulated to protect their social well-being. Namely, number 1, building youth caring communities. Number 2, developing community caring youth. Number 3, re-engineering the mechanism through which the youth services are delivered. And 4, becoming more responsive to the specific needs of the youth. And for our activity, in Module 4, so just check the page 33, we have Activity 1, Kabataan para sa Kinabukasan. So, all you have to do is just create your own slogan, either Tagalog or English, that will reflect to the song entitled Kabataan para sa Kinabukasan. So, this is by Francis Magalona. You can search this on YouTube and pakinggan natin. Put this on a short bond paper that will pass along this activity sheet or in a separate sheet of paper. Then for activity 2, this is essay restricted response. In 2 to 5 sentences, answer the essay questions below. You may use a separate short bond paper or the back of this test sheet. Write your answer or a separate sheet of paper, as I have said. Okay, so here are the 5 questions. Who is the youth? What is the role of the youth in community action? Number 2, what is the significance of the youth in development work or community action? Third, why is youth the most crucial stage in the life of a person? Number 4, in what way does social media impact modern youth? And 5, how does the music we listen affect your relations with other people? Okay, and for our project for SSC112, this is community engagement. So you can start doing this. Number 1, for our instruction, this is individual project, okay? With a theme, my community in the midst of pandemic. So the student will make a poster art. The poster art should portray the students' community and on how they are dealing with the new normal since the COVID-19 outbreak last March. Or last 2020 month of 2020 or year 2020 month of March nang simula di ba na mag-invade or pumasok ang COVID dito sa atin sa Pilipinas. So on the second instruction, this poster should be in a 1/8 illustration board. The student is deemed to choose any coloring material he or she prepares. Third, the project should be submitted on or before the deadline given by the instructors or for the deadline of this project, okay, that will be on March 18, 2022 because that is the quarterly assessment for third quarter. Number 4, any forms of plagiarism will be prohibited. The instructor is free to deduct points to any student accountable of plagiarism. So as you can see, we have the criteria, okay, and the corresponding points. So for the coverage of topic, we have 10, 9, 8, and 7 points. And we have the layout and design and attractiveness. Ayan. So you can read the equivalent points or equivalent meaning of those points. So here is the suggested computation for your grade. So, kung ano man yung ma-receive natin na grade, ganun siya kinompute. Okay, tingnan natin at pag-aralan natin. So, suppose a student get the following score. For example, on letter A, coverage of the topic, you got 8 over 10. Then, letter B, layout and design, you got 8 over 10. Then, on attractiveness, you got 9 over 10. So, for the total of 25 points over 30 points. So, that 25 points divided by 30 equals 0.83. So, now, the 0.83 times natin sa 100, okay, and equals 83%. So, that is your average score for our project. Okay, so with that, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you will continue to read and answer your modules.